Hey folks, this is Vincent Adelie with Ads Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Eden Crafters. This is a pre-early access build, so everything that you're about to see is subject to change. And we got our keys tonight, and I was like, let's try this out for an hour or two, and here it is. It's almost midnight. We've been
Oh
playing.
no, I didn't realize that.
I know, yeah. So we just kind of got sucked into this, and this is coming out on October 16th in early access. And I know some of you probably played the prologue. I have not. And what this game is about, it's like Satisfactory and Planet Crafter had a baby. You're going to choose a world to play on. Right now, there's Echo Prime and Ocean World. Ocean World being, I believe, what was available in the prologue. I did not try the prologue. Um, and the other one, Echo Prime, is like a larger planet. Ocean World is a small ocean planet, and like in the prologue, something happens, and well, you'll see. But then we switched over to Echo Prime, and that's what we're working on right now. And it seems like the ultimate goal is to terraform the planet. Now, it's like Planet Crafter in the sense that you've got this little gun that you hold, and you walk up to resources that are laying around on the ground, and you suck them up with your gun, and they go into your inventory. Now, unlike Planet Crafter, though, you can actually whip out a drone, and you can fly that around and start picking up stuff as well. And that's important because, like, some areas are harder to get to, so you want to use your drone to access those places. Also, like in the Planet Crafter, you'll be able to put down structures, and I feel like, I mean, it's almost an uncanny resemblance. It really is. Like putting down the square, whatever they're called, the habitats. It's very similar to that, except the door already comes with the habitat. You don't have to place a door. So if you've played the Planet Crafter, you'll be familiar with the early onset of the game. And then it starts getting into this whole satisfactory theme where you're finding large deposits that are scattered around the map, and you're going to be putting miners on them to automatically collect resources. And eventually you're going to build forges and use conveyor belts to connect everything. So like I said, it's sort of like a really weird mix of Planet Crafter and Satisfactory. And I'm not going to sit here and say that this game is better than Satisfactory because Satisfactory looks nicer graphically, but like we're really enjoying this. At least I am. I'm really enjoying this. There's power to worry about. Luckily there's no power cables like in the Planet Crafter. You can put power things anywhere and it'll just power your whole network. Whereas in Satisfactory you have to I hate it. You have to connect everything with wires, and this cable can only hold 4 connections, so you gotta think about your. Oh, I hate it. Whereas in this game, just throw down a wind turbine or a solar panel or whatever, and you're off. And so I like the simplification of certain things, but the longer you play this, the more overwhelmed you're gonna get. Like it's just there's so much to this game. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I've kind of talked a bit too much here.
Oh,
Idly,
no.
what were your first impressions going into this? Like, did you feel it was like Planet Crafter, Satisfactory? Like, I think your first thing was, oh my gosh, this is like Satisfactory all over again. I think you said or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you said when we were playing, it's as if Planet Crafter and Satisfactory had a baby and produced this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little janky, I will say. There's a lot of bugs with it. Um I think it needs a little bit more time to cook, as you say in some of the
Well,
the games that you play.
it is pre-early access, so I do hope that they fix that. One of the biggest issues we had, I had to start the game twice. Like I started the game up and it was a white screen, so I had to quit the game, try again, quit the game, try again. Idly had to do the same thing.
Mhm.
So we couldn't even get the game to load properly until we tried for like the third time. So that was an issue. Um,
Yeah, and some of the visual glitches as well. Oh, and there's that wave, of course, that we tried to do the prologue or whatever the water world was, and when that wave hit, it blew out all of our electrical needs, I guess, our wind turbines, and we were like, yeah, no, we're not gonna start on this world, so we had to restart and go on another world.
Yeah, we went to the Echo one instead because some people I'm sure in the prologue have found a way around this or like have figured out the trick to this, but I'm not gonna sit here and redo all of the building and all of that every time that wave hits. Like I value my time and I
Hmm.
have very little of it. So we just moved on to this Echo world, which is larger and it says on the one screen that it has 0% water, but don't let that fool you because this world actually has toxic water and you have to first clean it before you can use it. So there is water on this Echo Prime, even though the descriptor of the planet when you're picking it says zero water, you actually just have to clean the lake and then turn that from this radioactive waste into water, and there's a machine that lets you do that, the water purifier. And that's part of the whole terraformation process. You've different parts of the land are different temperatures. You've got like this radioactive area for the water that you have to clean. So again, ultimately, you're trying to make everything from a barren wasteland to this green, lush, habitable planet. And I love stuff like that. I spent months playing Terraforming Mars. Is it Surviving Mars? No, Surviving Mars from Paradox Interactive. I get the two. The one's the board game, one's the video game. But I played Surviving Mars for forever, just because of that whole Green DLC, Green Planet DLC that was available for it.
Hmm.
But like inside, the more you play it though, again, the more it becomes like satisfactory, and that you've got these pipes that you connect, and you've got conveyor belts to connect. Then there's this map. As you find deposits, they reveal themselves on the map, but you can also build this radar dish that will automatically reveal things within a radius. So mild spoilers here. I don't know if these planets are randomly generated or not. To be honest with you, I don't know. But ultimately, you're trying to get to deposits you haven't been to before, and then create some kind of automation process because the amount of materials you need to build one thing typically is ridiculous. Doing it
Yes.
by hand is a lot of work. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, it really is just so much work, and I'm just so grateful they have a third person view because while I do like the first person view, maximizing my FOV to like a fish tank so I can like kind of see behind me too or to the sides and a third person view really helps with the whole building process because it's hard to line things up and it's hard to try and build something when it's just kind of towering over you.
Hmm.
So, I'm grateful for some of the quality of life
Hmm.
things that they have here, such as the map, and that drone is pretty great. It's just a little bit buggy and I don't know. There's something what the grind for materials is real. Let me tell you.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
So.
I feel like you're expected to automate everything in order to keep up with that. Like, because
Mhm.
we were kind of doing everything by hand, and we still are.
Yeah.
Yeah, aside from like the basic stuff like plates and whatnot.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, like the biggest fun I think is going to be terraforming this beast of a map.
Yeah.
It's huge. I wish that I wish there was a smaller world to do this on so I could have fun with this and not feel so overwhelmed to complete it. Like, because right now there's only the two worlds. There's the prologue ocean world, which the wave comes and wipes everything every so often, from my understanding anyway. And then there's this one, Echo Prime, but it's a large map. Give me a small map to mess around on so it's not as daunting. Because like our little area is like a 1% of everything, like 1% view of everything that we've done so far.
Mhm.
It's just going to be such a daunting process trying to terraform this planet. And like, I don't think we're going to have time to do that in this, in our lives. Now,
Yeah.
what you're looking at here is Idalee's attempt to build a warehouse. I leave the base for all of 5 minutes to build an area fertilizer thingy so I can make the land green inland. And I come back and there's this gigantic warehouse. The land automatically raised and flattened because of that. And there's like dirt
To,
all in our base
to
now.
be fair, I didn't know it was going to do that. The game didn't tell me it was going to do that. It just said I can put a warehouse at the edge of our base, and I was like, oh, so I can have it hover. Because in Planet Crafter, it hovered. So, remember when I did like that huge butterfly area, the
Mm-hmm.
dome, and it just like it was kind of hovering in the air off of our base at the end of our base? I thought it was going to do that here, but, it didn't. And
Yes.
you were very upset. And bless your heart, you tried very hard not to be angry with me. You were like, hun, you need to get your butt over here and fix this.
I was in there fixing it and you're up there doing whatever it is you're doing. And then you
I
built a
was
sunroof. Like you built the stairs right next to the pillar so no one could possibly I don't know what you were thinking.
Well, I couldn't build it on the corners. It just wouldn't let me. So I
Mhm.
had to build it somewhere nice. And I said, okay, well maybe in the middle because you can go under it, to get to the rest of the stuff. So I figured it'd be okay.
Mhm. Yes.
I really actually thought of it.
Hmm. Now, luckily, this game doesn't seem to care like Satisfactory in terms of physics. Like pipes can just
Mhm.
hover midair. There's no support needed as far as I can tell. Like I just ran the pipe all the way. It went through the ground, like from the shoreline up to like the inland. So like there was no risk there. So like you could easily just build things. So like long story short, our preview of this early access is good. We really enjoyed it. I think we want to come back to it. It's just, do we have time to terraform this whole thing with all the other games that we're playing? Like I said, I think a
Mhm.
smaller map might be in order here for us people with very little time on our hands. But I'm enjoying this. I can't wait to terraform of it, more of it. And what about you? You?
I am enjoying it. I do think Satisfactory and Planet Crafter, have a one up on it. Obviously because it's been, developed a little longer, but I think this could really be something special
Mm-hmm.
because of a lot of the changes. Oh, I love the map. The map is just unbelievable. I
Mm-hmm.
love maps in games. But yeah, it has a lot of good things going for it, and I'm really curious to see how it grows. And I really, really hope they put a lot of love and care into this one.
Same here. It could be great
Mhm.
with some refinement. So again, early access. We'll see. Well, this is Idly and
Mhm.
Vince. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.